Bonjour. Allez, aujourd'hui. Voilà, du coup, je disais, aujourd'hui, on reprend SR Byron. Continuons, on était. On va pas faire un stream très long, je pense, 2 heures. Il fait tellement chaud, la canicule est là. Que bon. Alors, on était où? Ben, je sais plus. Alors. L'état de la station conseille de parler à Sam et Apollo au phare. Ok. Ah oui, on avait fait une fête clandestine. Et je sais plus, on s'était rendu à un meeting ou un truc comme ça, non? Ok. Alors, le lore des persos.
Hello.
Things got a bit heated in the lab. No hard feelings, Gardner.
Not at all. In fact, I should thank you.
Thank me? For what?
Why, for keeping a level head. I tried to remain calm, but even I get tunnel vision. And when you said an island had been torn apart, I leapt to the worst outcome. Exactly what I'd warned Eleanor against.
Look, I get it. The two of you have your heads deep in calculating worst-case scenarios. But there's no point getting yourselves killed when we're this close to getting those amplifiers.
You're absolutely correct. We only have to wait a little longer. Take care out there. Hello.
Il nous fait la
Yes,
tête, qu'est-ce qu'on
darling.
lui a fait?
Until next time.
Need something? See ya.
Back already, huh?
How's the Chimera looking? She up to your standards?
She's getting there. Whoever Needle's miracle worker was, they cared more about looks than optimization. Already swapped out the engine and repulsors. Looking over the bushings next.
Despite that, she's wearing a small smile. Her mind's still snapping together the pieces, figuring out how to return Chimera to her old self. Knowing Cress, she'll be even better. I remember you telling me something. Apology accepted if you get our baby back?
You got some help, for sure. You're forgiven. Just make sure you keep a better eye on her, okay? See ya.
Au tout début de l'histoire, si vous vous rappelez pas, on s'était fait voler. Et c'est notre ami qui nous l'a ramené.
Do widzenia.
Do widzenia.
Benny is at his usual table, humming a familiar tune, tapping. It takes me a few to clue into Benny's tune. Then I remember why it's so familiar. It was one of the numbers the band was playing at the dance hall. It looks like young Benny has fallen prey to the insidious dancing bug. Hiya, Benny. Or should I call you Twinkle Toes?
Hardy ha ha. I thought it was kind of fun is all. Who knows? Maybe I'll check out the scene sometime. Only
you don't really know how to dance.
yeah, I kinda got the idea. But I'm not sure how to put it all together. I'd like to hit the dance floor and look real.
I think I can help with that. Luca, Gardner, front and center. Thomas, turn on the radio. Find something jazzy.
Huh? What's up?
What can I do for you, Miss Randazzo?
Hope you wore your dancing shoes, boys. The best way to learn is by doing. Come on, kid. Let's prance.
Not sure about that. I'd rather watch first if that's okay by you. Give me some idea of where to put my big feet.
Don't worry so much. Try to have a little fun with it.
No, really, I couldn't. Don't make me, okay?
Benny is so self-assured and brash that sometimes I forget he's just a kid. His hands are up, he's biting his lip, his cheeks are flaming. I thought he was being modest, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, relax, relax. We'll put on a show for you first. You can try later. Does that work out for you?
Thanks. I'd like that.
Your lead, big guy.
All right, miss. We can show the kid here how it's done. Just watch your hands. I'm a married man after all.
Luca takes my hand in his big paw, gently placing his other hand on my hip. He bobs his head along with the music for a couple of beats, then sways, guiding me along in his wake. I was expecting him to squash me with those clodhoppers of his, but he moves with surprising grace. He's no Arthur Murray, but he's no novice either. Luca, you're not half bad.
Diane and I used to cut quite a rug back in the day. Dances are a cheap way to have a good time. All you need is a place. Plus, it's all about the footwork, just like fighting.
Seriously?
Whether you're a powder puff puncher or a heavyweight plug, footwork really separates the serious fighters from the brawlers. Good training.
The two of us finish our dance in time with the song. Gardner favors us with polite applause. Benny laughs and claps, stamping his feet on the ground.
Hey, thanks, you guys. I think I got some good pointers out of that. Maybe I could have the next dance, Gia?
Comment tu fais?
How can I help? Let me know if there's any.
C'est Benny qui va apprendre à danser.
Draped in holsters, harnesses, loaded guns, and live grenades, Apollo and Sam gear up for field work with the affected air of kings donning armor that'll never see a single dent.
I swear this used to fit me.
You've been stuck behind the desk too long, old sport. It's finally time for some action. We're really stirring the pot now, eh?
That's one way of putting it.
Oh, Gia, darling. You're just in time. How do we look?
You look pretty excited for a man who just intentionally started a civil war.
Tut tut. No getting cold feet now. This was always the plan.
Remind me, Hollywood, how many wars have you been in exactly?
Well, if you don't count the siege of Carthage and that swords and sandals picture I did in 29.
Gia's right, Apollo. This isn't pretend.
Ah, yes. Thank you for the lecture, both of you. Now, shall we get to it?
Well, the pipe has well and truly burst now. Nation's crusade is at war with itself.
Lit up like a crate of dynamite practically overnight. You've done very well, darling.
Yes, but the turmoil's spreading fast, and it will be difficult to contain.
Contain? I say we lean into it, old boy. When she sees what's happening, Annie will have no choice but to capitulate.
Let's say Annie surrenders. What then?
That's up to her.
Apollo, you agree with that?
Of course. What are you implying exactly?
Just that my hands are plenty bloody already. I don't need to scrub Annie's off, too.
She's convicted and stubborn, but she's also very young. In my experience, young minds are like gold, bright, but soft and pliable. Annie hasn't hardened yet. I think she could be made to see reason.
At my look, Apollo raises his hands innocently, but brandishes an impish smile, like a child making promises to his schoolmasters with his fingers crossed behind his back.
I'll behave myself if she does.
Changing hearts and minds is one thing, but civil war? Neighbor against neighbor? Maybe we put too much fuel on this fire.
Nation's crusade was already a forest of dried twigs waiting for a lightning strike. Annie would have you believe everyone in her barony shares a single mind. But that's not how people are, darling.
She spread herself too far too fast. She never really cemented her control, not like Eli or Mom did. Her hold over the people has always been tenuous at best.
She's just a kid after all.
Yeah, a kid in charge of some woodlands that just caught fire. So what's the play?
We let Annie sweat a little, then bring her to the table. She'll fold like cheap laundry. First step is to regroup at our forward base.
It'll be tricky to actually get there with all the hubbub. Reports show the conflict is making normal travel unreliable. Information is incomplete, but our routes into the barony may be limited.
What are our options? Sam points his thick finger at a map hastily scrawled with charcoal, dull black lines indicating where roads have collapsed or become unusable in the chaos. Two paths diverge at the mouth of the barony.
Our scouts say there are civilian refugees fleeing the conflict here. We may be able to squeeze in past them. We also know some dissenters have captured this area here and may be willing to let us through.
Can't make a call looking at some scribbles on a map. Let's get out there and see for ourselves.
About time.
Ok, donc il y a deux possibilités, j'ai l'impression. Il y a... Je passe un peu bizarre, j'ai pas trop... J'ai pas tout compris sur nos options, parce que j'ai compris qu'il y avait deux endroits, mais... J'ai pas compris de quel côté on était.
The eerie quiet as we enter Annie's greater pasture is belied by the columns of oily smoke rising behind tenement buildings in the distance. And what's that saying? Where there's smoke, streams of fleeing refugees flow through the main drag like blood from an open wound. On the other side of the block, the air is pierced by the crack of celebratory skyward gunfire.
Oh, listen to that. The people have reclaimed what's rightfully theirs. I say we have a chat with them about their bright futures in the underground, eh?
Well, recruitment's one thing, but what about those refugees? Who knows what they've been through? We may be able to help.
Apollo's champing at the bit. Sam's characteristically hesitant. Another argument looms above their heads like a gathering storm front on the horizon. I interrupt to swat away the clouds. Either way, it's tough, unpredictable terrain to move through. Lots of civilians. We'll need to tread carefully.
Well, you're our resident smuggler. Which path would you choose?
J'ai pas compris si c'était fini. Ah bah alors. C'est écrit en gros terminer la conversation. Ah c'est quoi ça? Point de contrôle. Ah alors, du coup il y a là. C'est quoi ça? On peut pas y accéder, on peut pas y accéder. Mais là il y a un point de contrôle, j'ai un peu envie d'y aller. Ah! Ça va être sorti qu'importe où t'allais.
A shame. I'd hoped this was over.
Dufresne.
Ah non!
I've seen the last of you back on Coney Island.
It should have been. But there's a contract out for you, Randazzo. And I am here to collect.
Before I can reply, I see Dufresne's fender dip. He's trying to ram me off the road. Dufresne attempts to ram me, but I'm ready. He overcommits to a dangerous maneuver, and his fender rocks into the aether surface. A shower of sparks tears off his coupe, along with part of the bumper.
I told you to walk away when you had the chance. It's too late for that now.
Why me? I'm a smuggler, not a baron. Why does the Trust care whether I live or die?
You know their name. That alone is enough. But you've gone and attracted the attention of the wrong people, Randazzo.
This is because of what Mr. Blanc knew, which I know now too. Mr. Blanc uncovered more than you knew. That night you crawled back up. They found you with a sack of tongues? Grim. I can see through his window that his face has gone blank. His hands twisting on the steering wheel like they're choking the last light out of a pair of bulge.
You know better than anyone how a single day can become your name. Whether that day was your best or worst.
You know what the Trust is doing with the well. You know what happens if it expands. You okay with that?
The trick to staying alive in this business is to never ask those questions. I do my job. I take the money, and at the end of the night, I sleep sound and wake up breathing. You know my story. There are worse things than grounding. I don't intend on seeing the underline again. For what it's worth, Gia, I'm sorry your story had to end this way.
Fine. Last dance, Dufresne.
Mais c'est lui qui va finir, c'est pas nous.
Take your peace, Gia. This is the end of the line.
It's you or me, Dufresne.
Alors... 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 Bam, 17. Oh merde, je pouvais plus bouger par contre. Oups.
Oh, applesauce! Look what you done to my fenders!
Éliminer du frame. Non, cette voix sur son négatif. 5 dégâts de collision. Alors...
No wriggling your way out of this.
C'est beaucoup 5 dégâts quand même. Beaucoup, c'est beaucoup. Allez, let's go.
not my finest hour.
Pourquoi elle est bloquée?
Teasing crackers.
Attendez, pourquoi j'étais bloqué? J'ai pas compris. Un truc quand tu as l'aura du frein, tu peux plus bouger peut-être? Je pense qu'il y a un truc que j'ai pas compris.
A shame.
Dufresne.
It should have been.
Before I can reply, I see Dufresne's fender dip. Dufresne.
I told you.
Why me?
You know their name. That alone isn't.
This is about Reddit and Nellie's recent.
Eleanor had multiple in that.
You know what the trust is.
The trick to I do my job. You know, for what it's worth.
Fine.
Ouais, c'est pareil, hein. C'est le même dialogue.
Take your piece, Gia. This is the end of the line.
It's you or me, Dufresne.
Ouais, ça va être après les péronages que je peux plus bouger mon truc. Allez, esquiver, let's go. Esquive, let's go. Aïe. Ben là, je pousse ça et je sois plus et c'est bon. Hein. Donc là, je pousse lui. Pousse lui. 5 dégâts de véhicule. Attends, je me mets là. Merde! Ah, c'est bon que ça me coûte que 1. On pourra pas essayer là-dedans.
Dufresne's repulsors fail, the engine giving out. The world seems still and quiet for a moment as I watch him float toward the edge. Trapped in his car. Maybe killing can't fix a thing, but for now, it seems to. His eyes are gray through the windshield, locked on mine. He's just another professional, like me. Seconds left before his inevitable fall. Going out the same way we all do eventually. No one else is around to pay the standard respects. I pull a coin from my pocket as his chassis clears the edge and his headlights fall from view. The coin slides over the back of my thumb, then floats over the edge to follow him down. So falls a professional. So dies Tobias Dufresne.
Ah ouais, on arrive vraiment sur le endgame du jeu là. Alors, composants puissants qui boostent les performances des véhicules flottants, augmentent leur vitesse et leur efficacité de transport aérien. 5x16, cacheur d'acier. Ah, il serait pareil du coup. Hein. Ça sera ça le truc le plus lourd. Hein. Ouais, les doubles terrain. Rien de fou. Allez, pas le contrôle.
Here, the huddled masses are yearning fiercely to escape the conflict. I see torn clothing, hastily gathered belongings, and the same helpless confusion on the faces of the young and the elderly alike. A voice floats above the bustle of bodies, and I see a troop of anti-Samaritans trying to impose order on the chaotic assembly. Sam charges forward to intercept, his righteous engine revving.
Wrong way, folks. Head towards Hepburn Avenue.
Leave these people alone. Can't you see they're just trying to get to safety?
What do you think we're doing, Grandpa? Hey, you! Only one item per person.
You can't stop them from leaving.
Who said anything about stopping them? Who are you, anyway?
None of your business, pal. Now let us through. Disdain seeps into his expression like ink in water. But there's a wretched edge to his voice. Something's up. Why does he seem frightened of us?
So you're all traitors, too, I take it. Haven't you done enough? We already agreed to your terms. Just be on your way and leave us alone.
Apollo stretches to his full height, casting a shadow over the man and adding a kick of dangerous heat into his naturally creamy voice.
Just a minute, sport. I don't know who you spoke to, but it wasn't us. Spill it. What's going on here?
The Samaritan's clearly itchy to escape both this conversation and the island, but his confusion keeps his feet glued in place as he replies.
We surrendered. We just want to find somewhere safe. You, that is, the rebels, they said that we were free to leave.
I'm starting to understand what's happening here. These rebels, were they citizens of Nation's Crusade?
Yes. Half of them have family or friends among these folks here. Look, we just want to evacuate. If we could...
Oh, this is rich. You're telling me you've given up the fight? Annie the Axe's fiercest crusaders, corralling a herd of grandmothers to safety like gentle little sheep.
The Samaritan, raised to dutifully turn the other cheek,
c'est bizarre.
flushes angrily at the insult, but keeps his mouth firmly clamped.
Apollo, they clashed with the locals, and they just want to resettle. Let's let them get to it.
And let these fanatics go free without a word? Without answering for what they've done? I don't think so.
What we've done? What about what you've all done?
Oh, I'm sorry. Remind me. Was it the underground telling you what to think? What to believe? What to eat? What to read? When to sleep? Where to go? No. That was your Baron, sport. And you stood behind her through it all, didn't you?
Je peux pas en vouloir à quelqu'un qui est dans une secte. Je peux en vouloir à la secte ou pas un mec qui est dedans.
We do. Where are these folks headed, son?
We're escorting them as far as Port Temperance. Beyond that, I don't know.
Anything we can do to help?
The Samaritan seems surprised at the question, like he hasn't heard anyone ask such a thing in a long time.
No, I think we're all right. Thank you.
Sam extends his iron palm for a handshake. The man grips it, flinching at the touch of cold metal. He smiles weakly.
Good luck to you. Go with God.
Yeah. Kumbaya and amen to you too.
Ouais, c'est juste un mec qui est, enfin, qui est perdu quoi dans une rébellion qui est surestimé, il sait pas quoi
The
faire.
forward base is a bombed-out husk, black streaks of explosive residue marking a grim tally of the lives that were paid to claim this territory. The echoing pop of gunfire from a few short blocks away reveals how close we are to the front lines. Here, in the throat-tightened quiet and on the face of the sentry guard, the atmosphere is taut as a bowstring.
Mr. Ironhand, Mr. Diamond, sirs, welcome. Go on through.
Thanks, pal.
Are you 8-Shot Rendazzo?
Sometimes.
Wow,
Sometimes.
Welcome, ma'am. And thank you.
For? The man seems confused by my question, as though my very existence were a blessing. His reply is painfully earnest.
For everything.
As we pass into the sandbagged sanctuary of the base, I see the fresh recruits we coerced on the road. Their shoulders hunch as they're handed fresh clothes, muffled explosions booming in the near distance.
Gia, Apollo and I have matters to discuss. It would be a great help if you'd check on everyone and make sure they have what they need. Thank you.
I'll see if there are any bolts around here I can tighten. Catch you in a bit.
Je vais resserrer des boulons à la...
Every time a barony falls, the guns come out. After all, what's civil unrest without a little firepower? Wouldn't hurt to see if any scraps fell off the table. I grab the nearest rebel by his cuff. Excuse me, comrade. Who's the leader of this little band of freedom fighters? We're going after the Baron, and we're going to need all the help we can get.
I recognize you. If you're going after Annie, you're going to need this.
He cracks open the nearest crate and emerges with a polished automatic rifle, beautifully constructed from butt to barrel. It's a real thing of beauty, and I accept it with the care of a museum curator being handed a priceless artifact. Almost a shame it's about to see combat.
C'est genre un truc de sniper, ah mais j'en ai déjà un de ça.
camp supply tent is down. How goes the fight?
Aye. Now, we finally got an ammo restock. We're ready to kick some ass.
Let's go.
French. I'll let it slide.
T'as
What are you
pas
after?
besoin de parler ton French avec moi,
Pretty much
bébé.
everything, but we make it work.
What's the situation on the front line?
You know Gethsemane? Where the axe lays our head every night? We're right on her damn doorstep. They say we'll have her in handcuffs by morning.
Really? Hard to believe. Her flock seems pretty devoted.
Devotion only works if you believe in the cause. Plenty of folks have woken up and realized they're on the wrong side of this thing. Her flock's smaller every day.
I'm glad you're so optimistic about our chances.
Don't get me wrong, we're in a tight spot. We're understaffed, underfed, poorly trained, and scared as hell. But you know what keeps us going?
What's that?
The truth. Trust me, waking up and realizing we don't have to listen to her lies anymore. Talk about a shot in the arm.
Help me understand something. We're outnumbered here, but we're pushing them back anyway. What's our secret?
We hit them where it hurts. Their pride. We show them why they should be with us, not against us. It ain't that hard. Not when you can point to that and ask them to tell you with a straight face that everything's gonna be fine.
She jabs a finger in the direction of the swelling gravity blister in the sky, looking for all the world like it's ready to pop. What do you do when you're not changing hearts and minds?
Me? I'm a school teacher. 3rd grade.
I must be gawping like a loon, because she lets out a delighted, musical laugh.
I know. Crazy times, aren't they?
You ever met Apollo Diamond?
Sure. He's a legend around here. He recruited me.
He did? How'd you meet?
Annie and her buckethead showed up at my school. Locked it down, scared the kids half to death. Started listing out all the things we could and couldn't teach anymore. As if she knows best. I went to an underground meeting that same night. And that's where I met Apollo.
A complex tangle of emotions fight for real estate across her youthful face.
He made me finally see what I've been ignoring for years.
What's that?
The only good Baron is a dead Baron.
Let's see what you have for sale.
Très France quand même, hein. Très révolution française. Alors, on a quoi ici? Pistolet. Ça, j'en ai pas besoin, j'en ai déjà. Arme lourde. Ouais. Pas grand chose, hein. Not grand chose, not grand chose. Not grand chose.
Sam and Apollo bicker.
There's no guarantee of a ceasefire if we keep escalating things.
What would you have us do, old man? Roll over and beg Annie for mercy?
You've overcommitted. A direct assault on Gethsemane is foolhardy, and you know it.
We'll never get another chance, Sam.
You can seek glory on your own time. I won't be party to it.
Oh, selfless Sam. Never even looking for a thank you for his decades of toil and sacrifice. What a crock.
Oh, would you two old hens give it a rest already? I can't hear myself think over your clucking. Both men have retorts chambered and loaded, but the spark fizzles in the pan as we're interrupted by rapid, stumbling footsteps. 2 rebels barge in, breathing hard, their skin painted with dust and blood.
Apollo, sir! We're sustaining heavy fire at Gethsemane. We're dying out there, sir. We need support.
Easy, sport. Easy. You'll have it.
And what's your report, son?
Buckethead set an island adrift. It's falling. We don't know how many is still on there.
What? We'll send rescue, not to worry.
Apollo pulls Iron Hand aside and hisses low so the scouts won't hear him. I hear him just fine, though.
Sam, you said it yourself. We're overcommitted. We can't do both.
In the shadow of the hateful, bloated well, hearing the urgency in the Gethsemane scout's voice and Annie's fiery rhetoric in my head, the ways forward seem to collapse into
Ouais, j'ai
one
choisi
unpredictable
d'aller.
path. This might be
Malheureusement,
our
des
shot at
civils, il y a des
him.
pertes,
We have to
mais
take it.
si on ne bat pas Annie, elle peut remettre
Apollo grabs the
son problème.
protesting scout by the shoulders. Urgent sincerity
This is our chance, old sport. It will all be worth it in the end.
We'll do everything we can for the people
Ça
on
me
the
fait pas
island.
plaisir, mais
You two scouts?
I'm coming to Gethsemane. This is one fight.
Right. Gia, darling, go with me. To arms! To Annie!
There's a firelight in the. A mother shares what little comfort she can with a frail hug with her son. He catches sight of me and waves me over.
It's you. I can't believe it. It's really you.
Hi.
c'est la meuf qu'on a vue.
This is Gia Randazzo. This is the woman who saved us.
I feel bile rise like an evil tide in my throat, the plain-faced look of awe on the young boy's face.
Wow.
Have we met?
No. I never thought we'd actually get to speak with a hero of the underground. Aren't we lucky, honey?
Whoa, hero? I've been called a lot of things in my life, but that's a new one.
But you are a hero. My mama told me everything you did. You exploded General Eli. You got rid of that scary Dreamland lady. And you're going to make it so I can go to school again, right?
That's right, sweetie. Gia and the underground will make Annie go away too.
Ah oui, on est vraiment devenu genre l'idole.
I like learning. I like to read. Comic books are my favorite. You're like a comic hero.
I smile weakly and keep my trap squeezed shut. What am I gonna do? Tell him the truth? What good has that ever done? You must have had a tough couple days.
It's all right. We're safe now. When our neighbors started fighting Annie's thugs, I thought we were done for.
Yeah, it was really scary. The bodega on the corner went kaboom!
But that's nothing, honestly. I just hate being so scared all the time. Scared of breaking a new rule we haven't been told about yet. Of the rules that might be coming next.
Nobody should have to live like that.
No. But we did live.
Yep. Gia's my name. This is all pretty new to me, too. But you know what?
What?
Sometimes, even I get scared.
You do?
Yep. And you know what I do when that happens?
What?
I keep going anyway. Just like you. The boy beams like a 1,000,000-watt spotlight stroking the cheek of a cotton cloud. His mother's eyes are wet with gratitude as she reaches out her hand for mine.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Pleasure.
High-pitched wails escape the open flap of the medical tent as a field surgeon and a nurse struggle to keep their thrashing patient's blood from escaping his body. The doctor moves with desperation, while the nurse seems frustrated by what she seems to think are her colleagues' fruitless ministrations.
I can't stop the bleeding. Get the clamp!
This patient's already been triaged. Why are we wasting our time?
Help me, damn it, or we'll lose him.
The nurse folds her arms defiantly, and I notice her glancing suspiciously at a telltale glow in the screaming patient's terrified eyes. Your tourniquet's loose. Something your nurse probably should have pointed out to you already. The doctor looks up at me, surprised, but doesn't waste time. He grabs the leather belt around the Aethanir's upper leg and cinches it tight. The man's howls of pain ebb into a low, dull moan.
Blood pressure's rising.
I turn to the nurse, my voice gleaming with the same sharp-edged steel as the scalpels on the tray beside her. Stitch him up. She frowns at me, clearly wanting to question my credibility, but unable to argue with the result. She grabs a needle and closes the wound, lacing each stitch with undisguised spite. You've got about 5 seconds to explain yourself.
I don't have time. I have real patients who need my attention.
She shows me her back, moving out from the shadow of the tent. I can't summon anything venomous enough to express how I feel before the flap of her coat
Bon, ça sert à rien,
disappears from
surtout
view.
dans un moment aussi
I look at the
stressant.
surgeon, whose shrug is as weary as the earth.
Not your fault, hon. She won't operate on Aetheriers.
What? That's... I don't...
You said it. They're getting hit twice as hard as anyone right now. Which means twice the work for me.
What can I do?
You've done plenty. Unless you've got a cure for bigotry under that hat.
He looks at the prostrate body of the Aetherier on the slab, and I leave before I can figure out an innovative new way.
Ouais.
Rebel fighters, hands trembling with
Bah, ça.
exhaustion, shuffle like ghosts through a food line. I approach one mid-meal, who's mechanically dipping some visibly stale bread into a bowl of colorless soup. Hey there. Got enough to eat?
Nah, not really. Bucketheads cut off our supply lines. A friggin' mouse wouldn't live long on this slop, and we're lucky to have it.
Damn. Anything I can do?
Why? You the new quartermaster?
No, I'm...
Ouais, j'ai pas gardé
I'm
de
a
la bouffe.
smuggler, actually.
Then you must be making a killing. I could buy half a seaham with what you people charge for a tenderloin these days. Give me some space, will you? They're sending us out again soon.
He waves me away, turning back to his pitiful meal. I don't reply. What would I even say? The shattered remains of a church bell lie half buried in rubble. The only ringing to be heard around here is in the ears of shell-shocked frontline fighters.
Oh wow. Ok. Ah, let's go. Hein. Ah, on fait tout le tour. Ok.
Towering barricades of broken scrap block the residential
Ok, on
roads
est à la
leading
fin
to
là.
Gethsemane. As scores of Annie's agitated former flock take to the streets, her loyalist soldiers are trying to stem the tide.
We'll have to bust through those barricades.
Sure, but it'll paint a nice fat target on our backs. Apollo turns and gives me a million volts.
What else is new, eh? Come on, charge!
Chargez, chargez. Oula.
That got their attention. Let's go.
C'est Apollo ça? Oh! Éliminer tous les ennemis, protéger Apollo. Ok, allez. Les véhicules qui entrent dans cette voie subissent 2 dégâts. Ok, donc t'as 32. Et là, c'est 2 dégâts de collision, 2 dégâts de collision et 2 dégâts de collision. Très bien. Oui, je t'aime, mon bébé. Alors. Qu'est-ce qu'on veut taper? Bah, le plus on tape. Alors, on est là, nous. Ouais. Ouais. Ok. Alors. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Alors. Ok. Hop, toi tu dégages là. Contre-éprenage. Hop, et voilà. Classe, alors classe, booster Sophie. Hop. Voilà, on peut quelques dégâts de feu. Ah, je peux pas me switch avec lui. Ok. J'ai oublié de prendre ma barre. Tout ça. Hop. Et boum. Moi, je finis à côté de Cress. Ok, tout a changé. Ok, alors. Ça fait peur pour lui à ce qu'un de passer.
That one hurt.
Ah. Ok, donc le captain il fait quand même très mal. Ok, le captain il fait quand même très mal. Il m'a fait quoi? Il m'a fait 2 x 6. Ah, il m'a fait quasi tous mes PV en fait. On peut pas passer à ça? Ah, ce qu'on va faire, c'est on va plutôt pas trop avancer. Ça va leur coûter cher de venir nous chercher quand même. On va plutôt faire un truc un peu safe. Merde, je vais le... Bon, c'est pas grave. 1, 2... Oh, cela est tant pis. On prendra 2 dégâts, mais au moins on est très très safe. Donc là, on va monter un boostel, un boostel. On va se nitro. Comme ça, on passe là. Ah, voilà, bleu, prendre de partout. Et on revient là. Et réparation de groupe. Voilà. Donc là, Sophie. Là, tu lui, qui tue lui. Il prend 2, ça fera des dégâts à lui. Il prend 2, ça fera des dégâts à lui. Voilà. Tant pis. Prendre des dégâts parce que j'ai mal. Voilà, donc lui, paf, paf, il meurt, paf, il dégâts, lui, paf, il meurt, paf, il meurt, voilà. C'est vrai que lui, du coup, il a beaucoup de bonus. Donc là, feu, il meurt. Ok, ouais, il a quand même que 16. C'est-à-dire que pour faire les dégâts qu'il m'a fait, il fallait quand même être que je sois à côté de lui, quoi. Alors que là, dès qu'il doit avancer, ah, c'est déjà plus dur. Ok, dans cette voie sont détruits. Bon, sachant que lui, il peut pas bouger, hein. Il va mourir tout seul, là? Ah non. Mais bon. Waouh! Sacré chose trappe.
Courage now. Charge!
We're with you, Apollo.
Deux dégâts de feu, 2 dégâts de collision. Il va aller tuer le Samaritain. Ça m'arrange. Parfait, ça c'est cool. On va gagner un tour. Ça me fait gagner un mouvement surtout. Ok, JA. Allez. Ah, j'appuie sur le saut, vas-y. Hop là. Hop. Voilà. Tout le monde est buffé. On a un petit slow. Et on vous fait les dégâts de ma chère. Et voilà. Bam, esquive en plus. Donc là, lui il meurt. Aura. Et voilà, là il pouvait plus jouer parce que ça lui coûtait trop de PA.
I'm not long for this world.
Mais par contre, Apollo, faut pas que tu le tues, hein, parce qu'il y a ma Sophie derrière. Ouais, ils sont bêtes, hein, par contre, de passer dans le feu. Hein.
Retreat! I'll be back with more lightning.
Oui, oui, tu vas revenir, allez, hop. C'est ça, faut les forcer à s'avancer pour que ça leur coûte trop cher en PA. Mais du coup, tu peux revenir, je pense.
The outrage of everyday folks is spilling into the streets, consolidating into roving groups of vandals. Egged on by a crowd, someone's grandmother is slashing red paint across a poster of Annie's face.
Could try and give them somewhere useful to point that energy.
You want to make Annie really see red? Come with us to Gethsemane.
On est là-bas, faut la flemme, hein. Pardon. Alors, du coup... Non. Inventaire. Véhicule. Voilà. Il manque combien? Voilà.
A second barricade blocks our path.
We go again.
If we make it out of this, you owe me a drink, Hollywood.
We'll drink the city dry, my darling. Just you watch.
J'ai un mauvais pressentiment de Apollo qui impressionne. Alors, on est où? On est là. Ah! Là, c'est l'arrière, du coup. Alors. Voie ajoutée devant. 2 dégâts de collision. Ok. Bon. Ouais. Coûtait cher, mais... Alors... Je peux pas bouger? Je sais pas compris pourquoi je peux pas bouger. Alors déjà ça c'est sûr. Ça c'est sûr aussi. Ah bah 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 bah. Ah j'avais pas compris qu'il y avait... J'avais pas vu qu'il y avait aussi des éclairs... Ah mais c'est logique hein, ouais, vu qu'on sera proche du... Oh waouh. Ah oui ça a tapé Sophie et ses potes, mais du coup Sophie elle a esquivé. Ok ok. Ah ils vont quand même essayer de focus Apollo. Ok. Je sais pas, il est bizarre l'IA quand même, non? Elles seront détruites, elles seront détruites, ouais. J'ai perdu un peu de peinture, il a dit. Voilà, tu le pousses là. Voilà, tu me le détruis, perfecto. Bon, par contre, t'as Paul, mon chéri, tu peux pas rester là, quoi. Non mais, mon rebelle guy. C'est pas la nitro? Eh bah tant pis, je pensais que j'avais la nitro d'activer. Ok. Ok, donc là, il y a la route qui est détruite. Non, ils vont prendre des dégâts.
That one hurt.
Aïe. Il meurt, il va là, il casse lui, parfait. Lui, il prend un dégât de flamme. Oula, lui, il va mourir, il va mourir, il va mourir. Ouais, ça va prendre cher, c'est ce qui me semblait. Ok. Ça l'a pris cher. Très bien. Ok. Ah, j'ai pas eu ça, attends. Un dégât de feu. Presse. Je crois que ça va casser Crest du coup, bah ouais, 2 et 4. Bon, c'est ok. C'est le dernier combat.
What a rush!
Apollo, for crying.
Don't pretend.
Bah, Apollo, il prend ça comme un peu trop comme un jeu quand même. Cet objet peut être vendu.
The civil unrest is starting to boil over into old-fashioned rioting. Friends and neighbors splashing their scalding hot anger over each other's homes and storefronts. An overturned car burns next to a shattered shop window.
Let's point all that passion somewhere more productive,
Eh oui, mais j'ai plus les mécanos. J'essaie d'avoir un Nat 20, mais bon. Mais tant pis.
Hey, break something used. The frenzied crowd. Annie's last bastion is a phalanx of shattered furniture and trash.
Ouais, j'ai
Her
plus le
fanatical
mécano, elle est plus
loyalists
agile.
dug in behind it, lashing out at the onrushing swarm of furious rebels and citizens like
Et alors, on peut pas changer.
cornered animals.
Come on, Gia, let's finish it!
Any shred of hesitation or caution that might have doggedly clung to Apollo's heart is blown instantly away in the rushing wind of impending glory. In this moment, I could no more hold him back than stop the sun from setting. But what kind of friend would I be if I didn't try? Apollo, you have to stay back!
Nonsense, darling. This is what it's
J'ai
all
dit que
about.
je sentais mal. Il va mourir, c'est sûr. C'est sûr.
To me, everyone! For freedom! For the underground! For New York!
For the briefest moment, Apollo is everything he seems on the silver screen. A heroic silhouette, frescoed in glory, timeless, immortal. But I've seen enough pictures to know how this one will end.
J'école.
The reserves see their death cresting the makeshift hill, and they drop their weapons. Rebels crash against Annie's door like a tide. After an infinity of brief chaotic moments, the axe herself appears, escorted at gunpoint. She juts her chin defiantly, hair unkempt from the struggle. I see the humiliation behind the pride, the little girl behind the Baron. She can't hide anymore, and she knows it. She's marched up to face me. Annie, let's talk.
Yes.
Here's the word. You'll meet us in Central Park. Dr. Reinhardt will use her device with your mission towers. We're fixing the well.
And all this bloodshed?
Done. Over. No more.
Fine. I agree.
She's clad in irons and led away. Rebels
C'est
tell
vrai, en
me
français, on a traduit ça finito comme de l'italien, pas en anglais.
Too shell-shocked to
Alors qu'elle est
argue.
italienne, quoi, c'est Jarendazza.
Apollo's body is lifted from the flotsam in reverence, silhouetted against the flames of rebellion. I can only turn away, get back in my car, and flee for the sanctuary of Sam Lowe's warm voice.
C'était sûr, en
Sometime later,
fait.
I realize I'm back at the holdout. No idea how or when.
Oh, thank goodness.
Cress appears at the tent's threshold, looking relieved. Cress? Sam?
I hope you've brought good news from Gethsemane.
Pain hisses between my ears like a busted radiator. I'm too exhausted for platitudes or half-truths. We convinced some folks to join the fight. Not everyone, though.
Every single one counts, Gia. You know that.
Wait a minute. The island. Did you...
Whoa. Slow down, Gia. First, where's that bomb, Apollo? We got to debrief.
Cress's voice trails off and dies. I don't have to look to know they've carried in Apollo's gurney behind me. Sam places his iron hand over his friend's shrouded form. The steel trembles.
Damn it, Apollo. I told you this would happen.
He was a hero, Sam. Not just a pretend one. You should have seen it.
I know it. How could he do any less? I just wish it hadn't taken his life to knock some sense into this old crank. It's not enough to make deals.
Oh, incroyable traduction par contre.
We need more.
Incroyable traduction. J'aurais voulu qu'il prenne un peu de plomb dans la tête, mais pas littéralement. Pouah.
Sam scowls with a ferocity I've never seen out of the man before. Like a bear awakened from deep slumber by a threat to their family. Both of his hands, flesh and machinery, flex like claws.
A lot more. All I did was argue with him. I should have listened more. He was right. These people won't bend or bargain. We have to squeeze them hard. I won't lose another friend to their schemes.
You heard what he wanted you to hear. We all did.
Damn right.
We?
The ghost of a smile pokes through Sam's beard. I'm glad to see it. That snarl on his face felt... wrong. Yeah, Sam. We.
I think he'd be glad to hear you say that.
I leave Sam to say his silent goodbyes to the shapeless white form on the stretcher. Fist clenched so hard veins stand out in his forearm. Cress and I walk through the camp as it bustles around us like normal, as if to spite the wound we've been dealt.
You're right, Gia. He'd want us to keep fighting. Hell, he'd come for us himself if we didn't.
We'd better get to Central Park then. Annie will be waiting. She rests a hand on my shoulder, then joins Sam by the gurney. I feel I'm intruding as I watch them take out coins to pay Apollo's last fare. I turn to the horizon instead, blinking back tears. See you in the pictures, Hollywood.
Dur. Edge Polo.
I'll leave you to it.
Stay alive, huh?
You too.
Dur. Oh, je l'avais pas spécialement, mais tu veux pas carrément. On veut jamais des dead ou quoi. Mais je l'ai réparé, je l'ai pas récupéré là du coup. Voilà, je dois vraiment retourner à la planque, frère. Oh, je sais la faire. Ça, par exemple, bon, c'est bon, je peux faire dans la garage, je devrais pouvoir la récupérer, quoi. Pas besoin de réparer, et c'est réparé.
Central Park is all but abandoned. What once was teeming with families, couples, and street vendors is now eerily quiet. Monstrous black clouds roll over the island, tinged with red, like a storm in the depths of hell. This close to the well, there is nothing to take our attention from the hungry vortex swirling just off the island's edge. Cold silence is punctuated by irregular crashes of lightning and thunder. Gardner, Nellie, and the rest of the underground arrive just before Annie is brought out by her own people. Though she is not restrained, the firebrand's flame has now been quenched, her eyes downcast.
Forsaken. We have been forsaken. All is lost.
Nellie is wringing her hands. She looks at me with pleading eyes. I get the message. We need to move while we still have time. Enough gawking, people. We have work to do.
Je croyais qu'on allait discuter, on discute pas trop là.
Aided by several of the underground, the truck carrying Daisy is guided to its ideal spot. Nellie busies herself ensuring that every connection and weld is sound.
E2 to D6, A7 to... There. Now the other side. Can you believe it's really happening? I spent 8...
Feels like it's been years since we met, huh? A wet behind the ears kid full of crazy talk. Tonight's your big night, Nellie.
Annie, I understand that these circumstances are hard to swallow. I regret them myself. I wish we had been able to make a deal. I lost someone dear to me today. If we had been able to strike a bargain, maybe...
Pretty words of cooperation while I'm a prisoner. Can you honestly say I won't be struck down by your soldiers?
My word is my bond, Annie. I'm here to help save my people, not to demean or destroy yours. Apollo wouldn't either. All he wanted was for people to be free. I can't deny you that right. So, here.
Sam produces a burlap bundle and unties it, revealing Annie's axe. He offers it to her handle first. Annie reaches out and takes hold, offering a curtain.
Very well then. So long as your people act justly, I'll contribute the strength and resources of myself and my people.
Sam.
It's a risk, Giovanna, but it's one Apollo would have taken.
Final checks are complete.
Je suis pas sûr, hein.
Alistair and I are
Je suis
ready to
vraiment
go.
pas sûr qu'il aurait fait ça à Apollo. Hein. C'est vraiment en train d'être détruit, quoi, cette plateforme. Palanelli, activer Eric.
I see Sam Sam, how...
I've been better. I feel so useless here, but I can't...
You've always got a plan, or at least the makings of one up your sleeve. If this doesn't pan out, what do we do next?
No plan. Hell, no sleeve. If this doesn't work, I'll do what I always do. Pick up the pieces and we'll try again. Nellie's bound to have something else in mind.
I don't know how I feel about starting over if it comes down to that. We've put so much into this.
I'm no stranger to starting over, Giovanna. Sometimes we start over because a better plan comes along, or because the circumstances demand it. Sometimes we just start over.
Sam leans over and picks a dandelion from a nearby patch of lawn. He blows the seeds to scatter and smiles at me. His eyes are red with fatigue. It's something else.
Sometimes we start over because we lose someone who wanted us to get the job done. Sometimes the choice is taken away from us, and it's our only option.
We ran pretty roughshod over Annie.
She's strong, even in defeat. She feels like things will never be right again. But once she picks up the pieces, she'll be as powerful and dangerous as ever.
Can't believe we're working with her after all this. The two of us stop to watch Annie. She's pacing back and forth like she's had an entire pot of cabbie strength coffee. One of her people approaches her, but the glare he gets spins him away.
You find yourself making some strange bedfellows in these circumstances. I can work alongside her because I have to. Forgiving her, that's something different.
I wouldn't ask that of you, Sam. Sam pats my shoulder. He smiles at me, but his eyes are... I know you're worried about your people. I can read it all over your mug.
I'm looking at every mistake I ever made. I'm thinking about my fights with Apollo. We can never turn back time, Giovanna. I will live with my choices, like all of us.
He went out the way he wanted to. Top of the world, waving that flag. All eyes on him. Center of attention right to the end.
That he was. That he was. But he was also my friend. That is the Apollo I'll really miss.
Take care, Sam. Annie, do you think our plan has a little more merit now? Annie turns to face me. She looks at me like I'm something she scraped off the sole of her shoe. After a few uncomfortable seconds, her disgust softens to careful disinterest.
Does it really matter what I think? I pledged my service. Now you want my blessing? Haven't you taken enough from me?
So it's come to this. You're a prisoner of your own people. Maybe you should have sided with us to begin with instead of dealing with whatever comes next. Will your people show you mercy?
I will be taken before whichever betrayers end up in charge to face judgment for. As they will no doubt put it, presuming to know the mind of God. I will not ask for mercy or understanding. What will be, will be.
Bleak.
Realistic. I did what I had to do. Not that they see it that way. Justice is rarely kind.
That barb isn't lost on me. I should watch my step if she finds her way back up to the top. I've wondered for a while, and I may not get the chance to ask later. What's with the axe?
Is this really the time and place?
Frankly, I'd love to think about something else for a few minutes while the machine's being tested. So, let's hear it. Annie raises her axe with one hand. She inspects the edge critically, looking it over for nicks. The handle is smooth and worn. It's been treated with oil and handled over and over again, like an infielder's favorite mitt. When she finally speaks again, her voice is low and husky with memory. Her eyes never leave the axe.
My parents met their end at the bottom of a bottle. When I took charge of Nation's Crusade, I personally led my people to destroy dens of iniquity throughout the barony. Never again, I told myself, would I allow the easy escape of vice to lead families to ruin. Corruption had to be torn and cut, root and branch. Axes are very good for cutting diseased roots.
There's some irony there, Annie.
One might ask if I'm the right person to hold this tool of justice. One way or another, I will be judged. But I won't be the only one.
Ouais.
Goodbye, Annie. She turns her gaze from me as if I were never there.
Pas convaincu par la backstory. Hein.
But all I learned for sure is as Nellie hovers around Gardner.
Miss Randazzo?
How's your protege holding up? Pressure's on.
I wouldn't be concerned. Look at her. She's in her element, creating an impossible solution to an impossible problem.
You must be very proud.
Je déteste toujours lui.
She's
Hein.
grown so much from that young girl I first met in the uppers. I admit, part of me still wishes it hadn't involved dodging bullets and getting mixed up with nefarious types.
I hope we nefarious types haven't rubbed off on her too much. I'm sure she'll be glad to get back to her research once we're done here. Gardner gives a thin smile in response. Maybe I'd better change the subject. That Annie fought like a lion. I wasn't sure we'd be able to get the amplifier, not up until the end.
I'm sure you don't need my insights in dealing with that one. Just look at her.
Gardner and I watch Annie for a few seconds. Her knuckles are white as polished bone as she clutches the handle of her axe.
I'm well past the age of dealing with such unstable factors. But even I could tell you she's been holding the end of the rope for a long time.
I hope she can hold it together a while longer. She could do a lot of damage if she puts her mind to it, even now.
Quite.
What do you think? Are we ready to go?
As soon as Eleanor has finished double and triple checking her readings, yes. When her conscientious nature allows it, I will be ready.
You almost sound confident.
Aether is my life's work. The very moment she proposed her Aether diffusion device, I knew what I had to do.
Best of luck. Nellie is running back and forth with the frantic energy of a twitchy church mouse. I wait and watch as she makes the same checks over and over, 4, 5, 6 times. Can't question the girl's thoroughness. Hey, kid. How's tricks? Nellie's totally absorbed in her science project. I'll have to pry a little harder if I want any kind of real response from her right now. How's it looking, Nellie? Is your thingamajig ready for its big moment?
Oh, Gia, yes, I think so. I'm just performing a few final checks.
You've checked several times already. I've watched. Is another look really necessary?
I don't know. Maybe? But you know what they say, better over-prepared than under. And this time, we really can't afford to be anything less than ready.
What if it doesn't work?
If this doesn't work out as planned, I believe we're in a fine position to gather data for a second attempt that will. The machinery here includes recording devices for measuring frequency modulation, amperage, the works. There may even be a device measuring the nervousness of Italian-blooded smugglers.
Nellie, did you just make a joke?
Forgive me, Gia. I'm as nervous as... oh, I don't know. It's uncharted territory, to be sure. But Alistair and I have been...
You look a little peaked. Are you sure you're all right?
I'm scared. But this is so exhilarating. It's the culmination of everything we've been working for. It's the end of a long...
Good answer. Let's light this firecracker and put this whole thing to bed.
Il n'y a pas de retour en arrière.
Is this thing ready or what?
We're all set. Stand back.
All right, Nellie. Hit it. Nellie mans the main panel, while Gardner flits back and forth at the gauges.
Un petit
Two of
quand
them
même.
dance in perfect rhythm around the machine, to a tune none of us could possibly hear. Readings barked aloud with a perceptible tempo.
Green across the board. All systems are nominal.
Excellent. Beginning transmission sequence in 3, 2...
Nellie takes a deep breath, then pulls a large lever with both hands. The machine thrums loudly, faster and higher.
Ooh.
Arcs of purple aether crackle above Daisy, whipping up a vicious wind. I shield my eyes, looking around at my comrades in arms.
Sequence initiated.
Is it working?
Energy is linked. Gravitational flux is stabilizing.
Je le sens mal.
Yes! It's working!
Hold. Graviton production is rising. Something's wrong.
Shut it down!
No, wait. It may stabilize. Give it more power.
No! Shut it down! It's expanding too quickly!
Voilà. De l'éther rouge. Une tornade d'éther rouge.
Debris, cars, trees, rubble, all go to feed the insatiable, unstoppable hunger of the well.
No! It's impossible!
Everyone move, now!
I'm aware of people running, tripping, screaming, crying as they run breathlessly to the vehicle. The next thing I know, Nellie is at my side, her hand on my shoulder.
Gia, I don't know what went...
I don't want to see what happens next. I don't want to think about all we've done, all we've sacrificed,
What did you do? I don't know. Everything checked out. You have to believe me. I swear, all of the levels were correct. Professor Gardner and I triple-checked.
Looks to me like we haven't done much good. It looks to me like we made things a hell of a lot worse. Like maybe we should have left well enough alone.
Spittle flies from my mouth. I'm shouting and I don't know why. I just need to let it out and Nellie is there, and before I know it, I have her by the shoulders.
Leave it to me, you said. I've got everything under control, you said. Everything, all of this. It's partly my fault. I helped you do this.
My projections were sound. All of the simulations bore out.
I sweep my hand out over the chaos and destruction. The chunks of Nation's Crusade tumbling into the vortex. The screaming people running for their lives.
Does this look like a simulation to you? Did you ever even think about the consequences?
Tears spring forth from Nellie's eyes and she rounds on me angrily. Distantly, I know that what we are doing to one another is wrong. But the storm blustering nearby is nothing compared to the rasping of my lungs.
If you think I'm going to stand here and be lectured to by a self-confessed murderer, 8-Shot, you're very much mistaken. Or did you forget that nickname of yours? Why not ask Needles about how you never make mistakes? Or Mr. Blanc? Why not ask Apollo? Oh, right! Because they're just another stepping stone for gunslinging, wisecracking Gia Rondazzo.
Eleanor, we have to go. We're out of time.
I numbly watch as Gardner and Nellie brush past me, the fatherly mentor guiding his sobbing charge to the truck that carries their precious, worthless device. The engine rumbles to life, and they begin their retreat. As the last of the wind from the device dies down, I look around and see that I am alone, except for one other soul nearby, on her knees before the terrible supremacy of the well's hunger. Annie's face is unreadable. Maybe she can't comprehend how much of this is her fault, how she played games with her people's lives. Not that I'm any better. Annie turns slowly. Her eyes are glassy, her pupils huge. I am figuring out what to say next when her face contorts into a mask of pure rage. She leaps to her feet and rushes at me with her axe in hand.
This is your fault!
It's more instinct than training that has me diving to one side. Annie's strike misses completely, and the...
What are you, nuts?
I scramble into my car, hurriedly working the ignition while Annie screams just outside. In my rearview mirror, I see her hurling herself into her own vehicle. She'll be on me.
Ah. Un V1.
I sneak a peek in my rearview. Annie's all over the road, face twisted, mouthing Old Testament curses. That tank, her repulsors are screaming in protest with every turn, punched through with bursts of gunfire. I swear I see the tank almost tip over, leaning on a single stabilizer as she...
Alors... 110. Oh putain de merde. Ah merde, je vais devoir changer l'ordre. Ah sérieux. Ah ouais. Oh.
The Lord will protect us.
Uh-huh.
The darkness will not overcome us.
Ok. Chiche. Pourquoi elle a pris 0? Oui, bon, il me semblait bien que j'aurais pas pu faire des dégâts. Ouais, bon, ok. Je peux bien pas la pousser et tout. Ouais, faut juste te tuer et survivre. Et elle meurt toute seule, quoi. Oh, wow. Carrément.
There's a sickening sound of impact, and then silence. Annie's not in my rear view anymore. I pull over, heart racing in my chest like a champion thoroughbred. A rising torrent of smoke is billowing into the air. Annie plows her tank into the front of a church. As I watch, the far half of the building disappears in an enormous fireball, the ammo in Annie's tank igniting. Bits of twisted metal and glass rain down over the pavement. I can't tell if Annie's alive or dead. I'm about to leave the scene, but there could be innocent people in that church. Damn it. I need to have a look.
Annihilage. Ah bah il revient en plus.
Annie's vehicle is a twisted hunk of metal. It should have been a death trap. I'm amazed it's not. Must have been her ammo that went up in a fireball you could see from a mile off. The church's face has been smashed open by the impact of the crash and explosion. Thank heaven for small miracles. It looks like there weren't any churchgoers inside. I have to stop and rub my eyes. Surely it's impossible that anyone survived this catastrophe. And yet, Annie stands at the front of the ruined church. A little singed, but in one piece. More or less. You're still alive. That's great. How about I just sit down here for a minute? You can come cut my head off with your precious axe. Clearly you can't die, so what's the point in fighting? Every inch of fight in me has been spent. I lean against my car. The metal is hot from the engine, but I don't care. I wish I had a cigarette. Then I remember that I quit. Annie shuffles over toward me. Despite my earlier look at her, she's hurt. Probably whiplash. Maybe just coming down from the shock of it. She uses her axe as a cane, then sits on the sidewalk in front of the church, head down.
It all seemed so clear. What I should do. What I did. To guide a lost flock, sometimes you must convince the sheep that there are no wolves. I misled them. But for their own good.
What the hell are you talking about?
Was I so wrong to do divine work? Did I presume too much? How did I fail? I was to be the guardian of my flock. Or was that the sin of pride?
Seems to me that maybe you're alive for a reason. Maybe instead of sitting here on the back of your lap moaning, you should get up and get on your way. Go do something. Why'd you do it? Why did you lie to your own people? Did you think God wanted you to take that red ether? The woman recoils, seeing in me her every fear and shame reflected back at her.
I can't remember. The people came to me when the previous Baron fled. They sought protection from the evils of the world, but it was too much.
You got desperate. The Trust reached out and you took whatever deal they offered.
They told me they believed in what I was doing. They said it was a miracle. That I could make a miracle. They would help me make my people believe. All I had to do was believe in myself.
Who were they, Annie? What made you so sure you could believe them?
They said they were a society. Very old, very powerful benefactors. That they'd deliver the city into the future. Was this the future they meant?
Ouah, lui demander de sauver son peuple ou de la bannir. Est-ce que vraiment... Pour moi, tous les gens... Il y a eu quelques personnes qui étaient d'accord, mais c'est les personnes qui avaient l'air d'être déjà bien dans leur vie, quoi. Tous les autres, ils ont l'air de passer vraiment un mauvais moment, quoi. Donc je sais pas trop, quoi, si c'est vraiment ce qu'il faudrait faire. Actualité. Je pense pas qu'elle veuille faire du mal, mais je pense que sa manière n'est pas la bonne, quoi.
A lot of your people are still alive. You need to get them out of Nation's Crusade before the well swallows everything. Go save them, even if they don't believe anymore.
I did everything right. I protected them. I saved them. And all I did was bring ruin. I am bound for hell for what I've done here.
It's the moment a raging star goes supernova. Billions of years lighting the heavens and suddenly realizing that its fire wasn't going to reach eternity's end. No big speeches, Annie. Not even for your guilt. If you ever truly cared for your people, then show them now. You can still get some of them out.
Huh. You, of all people, to give me counsel. God help us, we're going to need it.
A few minutes later, Annie flags down a Nation's Crusade truck. Before she leaves the scene, I can hear her voice ringing out, directing the evacuation. More of her people will survive this day. A familiar vehicle pulls up to a stop and...
Holy smokes, look at this mess. I take it Annie is... Anyway, evacuations are underway, but you have to find Nellie. We can't afford to give up. Go find her before this gets worse.
I said some things I'm not proud of to Nellie.
Then you make her listen, Gia. This is more important than anyone's pride. That well is going to doom everyone if you don't get back on the...
The underground car wheels around and into the distance, no doubt looking for more refugees. He's right. I need to finish the job. If I know her, she's on her way back to the hold to figure out what went wrong. That means I'll find her at the lab. I stagger into my car, weary down to my very bones, and speed off, hoping for a miracle. I'm a shade standing at the end of the world. While the ferry completes its final drop-offs, I distract myself.
Jiminy crickets, lady. Anyone ever tell you not to sneak up on a fella in thought?
Have you seen Nellie or Gardner?
Nah, not since the whole...
I swallow down a lump of scalding disappointment.
Hey, Gia, can we talk? Off the record. I need to consult with somebody about this story.
Benny's fidgeting with his fingers like a lightning bolt in search of an aether rod.
Bien sûr que je l'ai écouté.
Once, the smartass who pretended to be years older looks his proper age. I take a seat beside him. He shuffles, leaving room for my feet to dangle over the gloom with his.
So, this story. The Underground hired me to be their bullhorn. I get my scoop, the people get the truth, the Underground gets PR. Not a bad deal. The towers, that frocked fraud, a secret dance hall, kid stuff. Everything after? It's important, but I don't know how to write about it. There's no bread big enough to sandwich it.
It's written across Benny's face as cleanly as one of his articles. The Civil War, Apollo's final charge, Nation's Crusade crumbling. It'd be a lot for anyone, let alone a kid. I ruffle my hand through his hair. Though he lets out a token whine, he doesn't pull away. We sit there a minute, us and our thoughts. Look, Benny, sometimes there's no silver lining.
Yeah, we won a war and toppled a baron. But even that don't feel good. Why'd you talk Annie into staying, anyway?
Pourquoi tu dirais à Annie de rester de toute façon? Dire qu'elle voulait expier, que vous avez été pragmatique.
We
Plutôt,
took away Annie's
plutôt
power,
pragmatique.
but that doesn't mean everyone stopped believing in her. If we wanted to get everyone out, using her was our best shot.
Yeah? And what if she starts brainwashing another army?
Then it's a problem for another day. Benny nods along, doubtlessly jotting my answer in some cluttered corner of that busy head.
About what happened. I thought Nellie had it.
Not now. All I want to do is find Nellie and figure out how we're fixing this. The fairy lands, rocking our
Vous savez,
legs.
c'est le vieux qui a fait du caca. C'est le vieux. Il est avec les méchants, les consortiums.
Boarding faces. My heart sinks when a certain blonde's not one of them. Mr. Throg, seen Nellie around?
No, ma'am. Not since she and Mr. Gardner went to Nation's Crusade.
She could still be okay, right? It was a madhouse at the end. The underground was herding people onto every available ship. Maybe she caught another ride?
Maybe. I'll check the lab. Let me know if you hear anything. I know something's wrong the moment I walk through the door. Nellie's little lab away from home usually smells of Bunsen burner coffee, ozone, and chalk. Neither that or the scientist are there to greet me. The lab hasn't been empty for long, but it already feels like a checked-out room. Another link. All this time spent trying to build something to save the lab. Not even fresh. The half-full jar of sweets is unguarded. My stomach.
Claire foudroyant. Inflige des dégâts au véhicule. Mais c'est quoi? Arme lourde. J'ai oublié de la récupérer ce matin.
Maybe I should have let Nellie and Gardner sail away on that ferry. Nellie's. I crossed the lab off my list of hiding spots and... Damn it. What the hell am I going to do? Mr. Blanc might have been the best. A memory cuts my...
Does this look like a simulation to you? Did you ever even...
Why not ask Needles about how you never make mistakes? Or Mr. Blanc? Why not ask Apollo? Oh, right.
The trail's not cold yet. Nellie, you run off half-cocked and you're going to wind up vaporized. I can't let you do this when we're so close with Annie. I got her to Annie, and look what happened. Who said I need to chase the kid down? Nellie, oh my gut.
People like us don't change the world, Rondazzo. We survive it. Be ashamed.
I'm ramming into walls. Every thought crap. I haven't felt this way. Like Zio used to tell me.
Ouais, mais là, j'ai un peu. En gros, elle est. C'est dans sa tête, dans sa tête, dans sa tête, quoi.
Not looking to go far. The old man looks at.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Ouais, attends 2 secondes, ma chérie.
Where's Cress?
Je dois. J'ai du tri à faire.
Well. Taking a peek out your... Huh? In the casual
Wouldn't you?
We have a plan to...
I have heard such
You can rely on...
That would be lovely.
C'est ça. Façon de brume. Faut accumuler de chaque tour. Ça a l'air pas si mal ça. Quand même.
Looking for some...
Sophie's playing solo.
Giovanna.
No thanks.
Excellent, because...
Is that what you're doing?
Yes. Think of this...
You used to be the one in line to inherit Dreamland. If the well had gone off there instead, you could have been the one deciding whether to stay or run.
Well, I can't say I have much love for Annie. Dreamland's never gotten along with those sanctimonious teetotalers. But I do pity the poor thing.
Pity?
Yes. She became barren at a young age, with all the power, expectations, and flaunting sycophants that come with it. It's a wonder you were able to get through to her.
You're surprisingly calm.
Am I?
You're sitting with a drink and your cards out like it's just another day. Sophie doesn't look at me until she's finished stacking her hand.
Tell me, do you know what Marm prepared me for as her heir?
Aside from party planning and shaking down saps for their pennies?
Cute. It was for moments like these. Wars can start, islands can fall, and jobs can go very wrong. But a Baron must always show her best. We have to set an example after all.
I'm not looking for a role model. I want to know how you're doing.
I'm as well as can be expected, I suppose. Guess Anime took a dear friend of mine. It's taking some getting used to.
Have you seen Nellie?
I'm afraid not, darling. Have you considered she's gone off elsewhere?
I sure hope she did. Nation's crusade was falling beneath her feet. No one in their right mind would stick around.
Ouais, mais elle est pas dans son right mind en fait. Comme Nelly.
What the hell's this?
Folks over at Nation's Crusade still need help.
So what? You're skipping out? What about Luca rounds on me, jaw popping?
I haven't forgotten a thing, miss. That damn hurricane's overdue for a repair job. Doesn't mean I'll lie down. Once Mr. Throg gives the go-ahead, I'm going. Don't...
You keep stomping around like that, you're
better than putting a fist...
The engine starts to slow down.
I hate waiting. Find that the longer...
Look, I get...
Iron Hand's short a partner. You don't bounce...
About what happened with...
She hurt a lot of people. Pitching in now the...
Surprised you're willing to cut her slack.
Mom would never put her neck on the line for someone else. If Annie's willing to get her hands dirty for her brothers and sisters, she can learn to do right by them.
Have you seen Nellie?
Nah. How badly do you want to...
Don't have a choice. Luca grunts.
I don't got her book smart.
There's a crook in her neck. Who are you writing to?
Home. I can't really tell him about Apollo, can I?
Cress looks up. Her eyes are dry now, but...
I don't know what to say, really. What if Nellie can't fix things?
She's a metronome, swinging back.
Oh, wow, Cress. I didn't know you were a writer. What are you writing? Can I read?
Before she can say no, I pull up another chair so that Benny and I can turn her into an angry...
Hey, what are the...
Dear Mother and Papa, I miss the family chickens. That's your open...
No, no, no. You need more something.
La pauvre, elle veut juste écrire une lettre à sa
What
famille.
you want to say? What you really want to say?
Our angry cut of roast beef finally gives into the rye with a deep breath and a plop of her pencil.
It's been so long since we've talked. The last letter I sent, I promised I'd be out of all this. Doing something. I think Papa reads my letters to everyone in the free home, too.
So we have to be impressive. Okay, there's a lot of different ways we could skin that cat. You've led a revolution, made friends with a famous reporter. Oh, gave my car a real gal job. You've,
Sometimes I forget he's only 13, but as he deflates of his optimism and ideas, The larger-than-life child that had been fighting alongside me finally... If you can't write home about yourself, just talk about Benny. Or Soph. Even Luca.
Or the famous 8-shot Randazzo.
I've already told them about her.
You have? What did you say?
You should tell them about me then. I'm famous in some parts of the city. They might have heard of me. Would sound real impressive if you're friends with Benny Big Mouth.
He's lit up and barely staying on the ground. I don't think I'd seen fireworks with a shorter fuse.
If you need material, I could tell you stories. I bet everyone in your parents' free home would love them too. Come on, what do you say?
Cress looks up to see an excited whelp, his smile wriggling off his face, his pent-up energy shaking his knees. Come on, you old mechanic. Throw the cub a bone.
I'm sure they love a story. It's not every day they get celebrities in the Undercity.
And he's off, racing down memory lane while Cress tries to keep up on her page.
Okay, there's this rich guy in Silverpox. Real knack for being all seedy. So I have to get into this sauna of his, right? And all I got is a dress from my cousin Maria, but she's a bit older than I am, so... Hey, Gia. Any news?
Doing better?
Oh, nothing to worry about. Give me a cigar, a coffee, and a hot dog, and I'll be out there hitting the pavement.
The junior reporter scribbles something down on a piece of paper. It's less than half his usual scrawl, but more than I was expecting after the ferry. Looks like you're over your writer's block.
Sorta. I'm processing. I hear it's a trick among senior reporters. You write what's fresh and marinate the rest. Like making chicken. You get me?
Worth a try, kid. You asked me why I handled Annie the way I did. Why?
Been thinking about it a lot. Couldn't understand why it scratched my brain so much until it hit me. The whole sitch reminds me of Chucky Highnose.
Who?
Old newsy rep. So one day, Chuck has snakes from the publishing house whispering in his ear. Promises him enough dough to buy an island if he makes the Union more amenable to their terms. Then they ask too much. Bam, he snaps out of it. Gives back the money, turns himself into us for a soaking, the works. But he stuck around to make up for it. Maybe Annie does the same.
That's a theory.
Have you seen Nellie?
Nah, I interviewed around and snooped her usual haunts, but there's no sign of her. You don't think she's in trouble, do ya?
Troubles float through my head like ashes in the
Oh,
wind.
moi je pense que c'est pire que ça.
Through the road. The two brainiacs on a
Je pense qu'elle va se mettre toute seule dans les problèmes.
Machine backfiring again with she already is.
Et voilà.
Sam's gone. Must still be evacuating nation.
Requesting evacuation!
Grayson, Ida, Needles, all...
Giovanna, take care.
Cress? What are you...
You mean, why aren't I back?
The radio beeps, followed by urgent voices crying...
I'm busy. Someone needs to hold down the...
Have you seen Nellie?
Don't talk to me.
Look, Cress.
You mean the well she made worse?
I could have argued in Nellie's defense. The calls can... Do you think I made the right call?
Yeah, you did. Under all that fire and brimstone, she's still a bleeding heart. You just reminded her it was there. And without a barony-to Tyranno...
Let's hope it sticks. Cress, are you the hard shell?
Apollo's dead. Nation's Crusades, Aetherians lost one of the few baronies friendly to them. And I'm stuck here, waiting.
Look, if...
I can handle it.
Miss, you know where to find me.
Zio always told me I can last one more day.
Je me suis dit, il y a peut-être une lèvre spéciale ou quoi.
While the Joneses have their guilt.
Miss?
I'll risk it. Mr. Throg takes us the long way around, bypassing the Whitecaps' civil war and the gravity storm. I walk the rest of the way. A cool breeze carries me back to that day we found Chimera. I told Nellie she couldn't carry the world on her shoulders. You don't survive by stopping for...
Wide Street.
Nellie said she thought the well would be beautiful. Hard to appreciate the hurricane when it's barreling at. How soon before the well starts tearing apart the rest of the lowers?
Éviter la tête, éviter les pierres.
I'm a smuggler, not a swashbuckling comic hero. I stuck around over a missing briefcase, and what did it get me? My car gone, my rep slapped with a Baron Killer label, an assassin gunning for my head, and another job gone to hell. Fixing the well, saving the lowers, that's above my pay grade. I've done my dues with the underground. Nothing's stopping me from cashing out. Sam can get someone else to find the kid.
Ah, je pense à essayer de se détacher là.
Letting the job get personal gets you hurt. Even Zio knew that. For a moment, I smell his cologne. The hard back of the chair in Valentine's waiting room jabs into my back while Zio lectures me. Maybe I would have listened more carefully if I'd known it'd be my last talking to.
Needles knew what he signed up for. In our line of work, doing the job comes first. Failing that, choose yourself. Always have another way out.
Matana, I wish I could talk to him. What would he say if I'd spun him a yarn about a bird from the heights, the well, and my dilemma?
Any job can be worth the risk, even if zeros come attached. You are not being paid to take on giant vortexes in the sky.
Sounds straightforward enough. As I form the words, though, they curdle in my mouth like wine turned vinegar. I try a different question. Okay, Zio, but that's for clients. What would you do if I was the kid in over her head? Would you take on the well for me?
For you? Well, obviously that's different. Your family.
I blink back a sudden flash from an old wound. Zio Alfonso had said something similar when he decided to handle Valentine. Would he have volunteered if he'd known it'd get him killed? The lowers had enough tragic heroes, and Apollo won't be the last. Was Nellie worth risking my neck any further? I heft a stone. Skips are even, I get back to work. Skips are odd. I hand in my notice and get as far away as my savings will get me.
Ah ouais, on est là quoi.
I let the stone and my fate fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My stomach immediately curls inward. I peer over the edge, watching the stone tumble into the red-hued clouds.
Tu veux finir le jeu là, genre? Non, on va pas se
That
mentir.
should have settled it. The job's above my pay grade, but something keeps me anchored. A vision of a girl standing on a taxi platform with a heart big enough to light the world and make me believe it. Damn it. Who am I kidding? I couldn't leave Needles for a crate of cargo. I sure as hell can't leave Nellie to face the well on her own. If I can patch things up with Piotr, I can patch things up with Nellie. I close my eyes and breathe. For the first time since Central Park, my head's as calm as a blue sky. Better get back to the underground and figure out our next move.
Ah, wow.
Gotcha.
My only warning is a voice that'd have death itself.
Il est pas mort! Logique.
Tobias Dufresne, a man twice dead, stands up. How?
It wasn't the first island I've been thrown off of. Shame you didn't try a bullet to the head.
I'm a breathing corpse, trapped between my personal revenant and the edge of an island. A choice. Dufresne, listen to me. We've got bigger problems than your contract. The well destroyed Nation's crusade. Unless I find Nellie, it'll...
Not to worry. That's no longer your problem. Best make peace with yourself. I'll give you a minute. As a professional courtesy.
The shadow closes in, ready to usher me onto the final ferry, but I grit my teeth in defiance. I'm not about to let some scarred-up black hat punch my ticket. Seconds ticking, I look for my way out. A few pieces of scrap and rubble. Neither make good bludgeons. I take stock of my options. They're not good. I've got myself, my revolver, and a pocket full of skipping stones. But if it's a choice between a slim chance of survival and a hole in the head, I'll roll the dice any day. Luckily, Dufresne's still playing with his food. If I get my gun, I've got a chance. Every pulse from the well's another second off.
Oh là 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 là.
There's only one thing holding back the torrent of cold sweat. Dufresne could have blown my head off, and I'd be at... The last time we stood like this, Dufresne was angling for a chat. If he hasn't shot me yet, maybe there's something he wants more than another notch on his dash.
Time's up. Any last words?
His iron presses against me like a set of razor-sharp claws around my throat. Whether I live or die, I know who I am, and what my final gambit has to be. I've got more than that. I got a request. Our game on Coney Island. You never answered my final question. What's your deal, Dufresne? For the briefest second, there's nothing but the press of the barrel. Slowly, it drags across my skin, as pensive as a steely claw.
That game's over, Randazzo. Can't take your hand back once the deck's been reshuffled.
Then let's play a new one. I figure out your answer, you let me walk. You can try to kill me another
Il y a
day.
des doublons, je sais pas,
Gutsy,
c'est
aren't
normal.
ya? Now, what makes you so sure I'll grant that?
You're a tracker, right? You dragged yourself up the edge of an island to hunt me down. Never struck me as the type to leave things unfinished. The wind howls around us, drowning out the pounding of my heart and any sound that might give away what's going on through Dufresne's head.
You got 3 questions. Use them wisely. If I decide you're wasting our time, I'll be cutting things short.
The pressure releases, but only slightly. In lieu of the gun, I feel the weight of every possible question I could ask to deduce Dufresne's motives. One sticks out to me like a marked card.
Je pense qu'il est chargé quand même.
You didn't hesitate to pull the trigger back in Nation's Crusade. So what stopped you this time?
Already got the drop on you. Got nothing to lose letting you breathe a few breaths longer.
Pretty considerate for someone who said he couldn't afford wings.
A moment of consideration isn't enough to change where either of us is headed.
An unusual note catches my ear like a hiss hiding in the bush. Was that a hint of defensiveness? The trust helped you, right? That's why you're so loyal? The shadow goes still long enough I could forget he was there, if it wasn't for the unwavering touch of cold iron.
Nothing so personal. We have an ongoing agreement. And no matter the client, I always follow through.
That it? You went off an island for someone you don't even like?
You're getting awfully nosy. If you're so curious, we could find you some rope. Save the bullet for after. 2 questions down. Cutting it awful close, smuggler. How's that bravado of yours faring?
Shut it. I still got one more question. I've seen both sides of his coin. A professional monster from across the barrel. A man bearing a part of his soul. Which one holds the answer to Tobias Dufresne? You went out of your way to meet me at Coney Island. You do that for all your business rivals? My question's a grazing shot. His silence bleeds through the air like a slow, trickling wound.
No. Been a long while since someone stuck around long enough to make an impression.
I risked turning my head and come face to face with something more unnerving than the man's survival. Uncertainty. Dufresne's brow creases, as though as troubled by his actions as I am. It hits me. You got attached.
You've no idea what you're talking about, smuggler.
Then explain it to me. If you got doubts about me, I wonder what else you got doubts about.
You're getting awfully sure of yourself. Prepared to risk your life over it.
Yeah, I am. You said it yourself. Not many people. The world holds its breath. The wind goes quiet, and the clouds feel as opaque as the Black Hat's face. I'm just as still, breathless, until his iron snaps back into his holster.
That tragedy in Nation's crusade was always meant to happen. Next time, it'll be worse.
Comment ça, next
What do you mean,
time?
always. What the hell's going to happen? He answers me with papers produced from his coat.
You're sharp. You'll figure it. If you don't, I suspect you'll be dead either way.
Hang on a sec. You came all the way here to kill me, but now you're helping me? Behind the black hat and scars, for the length of a bell, I see a glimpse of a man that might have existed before he was left to die on the underline.
You paid my last fare. This makes us even.
Dufresne steps away, leaving me and his contract behind. Dufresne, for what it's worth, I hope we don't meet again either. He turns and tips me his black hat.
If we do, best hope it's off the clock.
He leaves me with a mysterious stack of papers and the rumbling well. It's only a few sheets, but I'm sure whatever's in it, Mr. Blanc would have traded half his collection for it. I start reading. My eyes immediately leap to a file on Olympus Park, the tragedy that started this all. Tucked along orders are instructions, schedules, entry and exit points, even routes to plant the explosives. Destroy all evidence around the well and its expansion. If you are unable to retrieve Dr. Reinhardt's research, destroy it as well. Certainty forms in my mind as firmly as a boulder. This was an inside job. The orders signed with a sigil. Familiarity catches on my mind's eye like barbed wire, and before I realize it, I'm digging through my coat for the rubbing I found in Mr. Blanc's office. Side by side, it's unmistakable. The sigil on Dufresne's orders is an offshoot of the Trust's. Mr. Blanc had called the rubbing an identifier. Whoever's sigil this is, they must be someone in the inner circle. One order's stamped with a bright red stripe. I might not know what codes the Trust uses, but I've seen enough secret smuggler messages to recognize when it's urgent. Suspend all activities related to Dr. Reinhardt. As you've shown repeatedly, retrieving a young runaway girl is outside your area of expertise. Another approach is required. Remain on standby until instructed otherwise. Though I'll never regret keeping Nellie out of Dufresne's hands, I feel a sympathetic twinge. Dufresne was called off between Ellis Island and Coney. What changed between then? My number comes up. Cold dread seeps into my bones like a soul narrowly avoiding the executioner's axe. Randazzo's made herself a nuisance. Get rid of her before the Aether diffuser is activated. Afterward, immediately vacate the lowers. New instructions to follow upon my return. The chill becomes biting. Dufresne's orders don't
Je suis sûr
explain
que c'est le
when I
prof, hein.
had to die, or how they knew Daisy was going to fail. But when did the Trust learn Nellie's device was an Aether diffuser? In the Private Mania comics, the panels always go as bright as light bulbs when the detective solves the mystery. All I feel is a blistering itch that burns like a hand held over an open fire. Dufresne's employer is the inside person. They didn't just know about Nellie's research. They knew how to get Dufresne into the Heights without getting him caught. They were someone with a hand on the pulse of everyone involved in this job. Dufresne, Nellie, and me. They knew what we were doing, and that Daisy was doomed to fail. And they didn't just have an altered copy of the Trust's sigil. They had a signet ring I now recognized from long before I opened Mr. Blanc's safe. Gardner. I need to get back, now.
Ah oui, c'était sûr en fait.
My feet pound the plank. I all but leap off the ferry, accelerating into a full sprint, when Sam...
Gia, stop! What's going on?
Something big. Get everyone together. If we don't do something fast, what happened to Nation's Crusade's going to happen to the rest of the Lowers. The Aethenir's face becomes somber, carrying fresh memories of ash and ozone.
Go. We'll be there shortly.
Et c'est là qu'on s'arrête pour cette fois. On ira voir la suite. Maintenant qu'on sait. Confirmer que c'est un fils de pute de Trade Gardner. Fils de connard là. Connard. Je pense qu'on va aller dans les Hogartiers, que ça va être la fin du jeu là bientôt. Excellent jeu, j'adore. J'aime beaucoup le gameplay. J'aime beaucoup surtout les dialogues et tout. Même si l'histoire a quelques points faciles, j'aime beaucoup, j'aime beaucoup.